hopefully we can just, breeze through these, but I like to talk, so we'll see. Hey you guys, I'm Passion and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm giving you guys a few tips that will hopefully help you get through days when you're feeling a little overwhelmed. But first, if you have not seen my other video, how to get out of a rut, I'll have it linked up here in the cards and in the description down below. I feel like this video kind of builds off of that video, so definitely make sure to check that out. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and let's go ahead and get into the first tip. So tip number one that helps me whenever I am feeling overwhelmed is to get it out of your head and onto paper. So for me, physically writing things down on paper helps so much. I've said it so many times. It is like a game changer for me. So it helps me to unclog my brain and really just clear everything out and really be able to see the task at hand. I use this for whenever I have thoughts that I need to just get out that are just all scrambled up there, and whenever I just keep repeating in my mind like this endless to-do list, and it's just like, no, get it out of there, get it on paper. I'm a firm believer that when things are out on paper, they seem a lot less scarier than when they're all floating around up here. So yeah, get it out of your head and onto paper, because you really want to unclog that space and really clear room so you can focus. Okay, so now that you have everything out on paper and you can clearly see like what was going on in your head and everything that you need to get done, choose the top 3 things that you want to accomplish that day and ignore the rest for now. So by choosing those 3 things, you really are just ignoring the rest and zeroing in on what is important. That way you can start to create a clear plan, because you know exactly what you are going to be doing that day, and you don't have to worry about everything else, because that's not the goal for today. That is to be left for another day, another time. Your main focus is these 3 things. And I find that 3 things is the perfect number, because it's not too much to where you look at your list and you're like, oh crap, I have so much to do. But it's not too little to where you're like, okay, I'm gonna just sit here and do nothing for the rest of the day. So I find that it is the perfect amount, and more often than not, with those 3 things on my to-do list, they do get done. So the next tip is to focus on starting and not finishing. So I know for me, whenever I think about the end product or just like the big steps that I'll have to take, that's going to take a whole lot of time for me to accomplish whenever I'm doing this task, I kind of just like freeze in place and don't take any action. And that's what you want to avoid. So instead of thinking about every single thing you need to do to complete the task, just think about what you need to do to start the task. So for example, for me, that would be, say I decide, oh, I want to clean my bedroom. For me, cleaning anything, I'm just like, no, I don't want to do it. That means that I have to get the cleaning supplies, the cleaning tools, I have to move things, wipe things down, and like all this stuff. I'm just like, I don't want to do that. And cleaning isn't fun. But if I have the goal of cleaning my bedroom for the day, for me, the easy thing to, kind of focus on and zero in on is, okay, maybe I have a shirt on the floor. Let me pick up that shirt. That's all I gotta do. Just pick up the shirt. Start there. So from there, I pick up the shirt and it's like, okay, that wasn't too bad. Maybe I'll pick up the shoes next. So you just kind of like build off of it, but you just have to start. And I know you probably heard that so many times, but literally you just have to start. And usually that starting point isn't even something really big. So just focus on that one detail so you can start kind of moving forward and ignore the rest, because you'll get there eventually, but you don't have to get there today. At some point, yeah, you will get there, but you just need to start. That's it. That is literally it. Just take the first step and watch everything snowball from there. So along with focusing on starting your task, you also need to realize that it's okay to take a break. Now, here's the thing with breaks. So a break is not, oh, I have all this stuff on my to-do list that I haven't started, but I'm gonna sit here and binge watch Netflix. No. That's not a break. That's procrastination. So for me, a break is something that's planned, or I use it as a reward for actually accomplishing something on my to-do list or my whole to-do list. So with this, because breaks can be so tricky, you really need to know how you best operate. So for me, for example, taking breaks between my tasks doesn't really work for me because then I don't go back to my to-do list. So instead, I have to complete my entire to-do list before I take a break. That's me. You could be a person that between each of your tasks, you can be like, I can take a 15-minute break and jump right back into it. I just need that kind of downtime, that time to relax and rejuvenate myself so I can spring back into action at 100%. That could be you. So whichever end you're on, it's really just important to know yourself and be honest with yourself on how you do operate. Now with that, if you decide that like after a long week, you just want a rest day, have that rest day. A rest day is nothing if you are not enjoying it. If you are not enjoying your rest day, you are doing it wrong, and you're just gonna go back into the next day, the next week, and you're gonna be even more anxious because you didn't really relax, you didn't really rest, you were worried about everything that you have to do. If you're gonna take a rest day, take the rest day. You all need the time to rejuvenate and to decompress. Big proponent of rest days, but also, you know, everything in balance. So make sure they actually even out. You actually got things done before you reward yourself, you know? So before we get into the final tip, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you are liking it so far. And if you have not subscribed already, go ahead and click the button. And our last tip, you guys. So our last tip is to give yourself grace. I know it's very simple, yet so complicated for us to do. You could literally have a to-do list of say you have 3 things on your to-do list and you only got to 2 of them. We as humans will focus on that one thing that we did not accomplish instead of congratulating ourselves for accomplishing those 2 things that we did do. We really need to start actively working on that, and that's something that has helped me so much with being, you know, less overwhelmed and feeling like I'm not really accomplishing anything, is looking back on my to-do list and look at what I scratched out and not what is still left, because what is scratched out is huge. I actually did something. Even if it was just one thing, I did it. I think it's important to put that into perspective, because when you really think about it, no matter how much we plan, we really don't know what the next day holds, what each day holds for us, because literally you could plan everything out minute by minute and life throws you a curveball, you know? So we really have to give ourselves grace and really just be gentle with ourselves, because you know what? If we had a friend that was talking down on themselves saying, oh my gosh, I didn't accomplish everything on my to-do list, and you were with them all day and you were like, no, but you did this and you did this and you did this, you would be pumping them up. So instead of tearing yourself down, pump yourself up for everything that you do accomplish every single day. Heck, even getting out of the bed some days, it deserves some praise and some applause, because it can be hard, and we have to remember that we're all just kind of going through life, and some days are better than others. Some days you can get through everything on your list and more and not even break a sweat. Other days you struggle to get that just one thing done, and both are okay, and both should be celebrated as okay. You gave it your honest effort. We'll try again tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day. Let's go from there. So you guys, that is it. Leave me a comment down below letting me know any tips that you guys have for whenever you are feeling overwhelmed. And thank you guys so much for watching and to subscribing to my channel. And I will see you guys next week with a new video. Bye.